Da-na-na-na-na.
Just like that.
Mass and Numb Podcast, episode 197. Damn, we're almost at
197.
200.
Almost.
We're almost at 200 episodes.
You guys aren't ready for what we're going to do for episode 200.
Yeah, we got something, we're in the works of figuring out what we're going to do on that day because it's a very special day. That's a lot of episodes, man.
200?
That's almost, that's a lot. 200
that's
episodes a lot.
At least 2 times 100. That's twice
Yeah,
100.
100%. Every
Yeah.
time.
4 times 50.
Yes. 100%.
Crazy.
So
200 of them things?
I'm proud of that. I got to say, some of the early ones, a little rough. Couple some technical difficulties in some instances, sure. But overall, I'm proud of it.
I'm very proud of it. And I'll tell you one thing. Nobody could tell us we're not trying.
That's right.
Nobody could say consistency. That's the key. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
You know how Leo became
showing
Leo?
How?
He just kept being Leo. He
Yeah.
never wasn't Leo. And that's the kind of talent it takes to make it in this
He
industry.
never wasn't Leo.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we're ready to get into this.
I'm ready.
I think we're ready to get into this.
After a motivational conversation like that.
That's right. Mass and Numb Podcast, one more time, episode 197. Thank you guys who are joining in live, watching us here, and participating in the chat. We appreciate you guys. If you don't get to watch us live, make sure you check out the video version in the live tab archive on the YouTube channel. You can also check us out live on Twitch as well as Kick, and videos are also being uploaded up on our Rumble. And if you can't watch the video version, make sure you guys check out the audio podcast version on your favorite audio podcast listening platform. What's the matter? You good? You still hearing music?
Yeah. I thought it was me, but I don't hear it anymore.
It was me.
It was,
Sorry.
oh, okay, perfect.
It was me. Better?
Yeah, much better.
All right.
I'm like, what is that sound? I don't even think you had the camera on me, so nobody heard.
Nah, I had it on me, but yeah. So that's what we got. If you can't watch the audio, the video version, make sure you check out the audio version on your favorite audio podcast listening platform. That's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Store, Stitcher, Podbean, iHeartRadio, whichever one. If you don't find us on your favorite audio podcast listening platform, Berto's about to let you know what you can do.
Join the Discord and harass us until we place the podcast in your obscure podcast listening platform. Oh, there's some buttons pressed. So, you know what's mad funny is you tried your hardest to make that as incognito as possible, and you couldn't have made it more obvious that something was happening. Join us on Discord. Harass us until we place the podcast in your obscure podcast listening platform. And with that being said, let today's episode begin. Shout out to the Derelicts. They're already in the chat. Lord knows what he's going to say. But shout out to them. Go check them out on YouTube if you guys haven't already. YouTube.com/ I think Derelicts Podcast. Just look for the icon that's a smiley face with X's as eyes with the tongue out.
All right. So, and we're back. We're back for another
Just
episode.
like that.
Just
Man,
like that. So
lot
there's
of
a few
stuff.
things. This weekend was wild for sports.
This weekend it was interesting for sure.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, we, it's a couple days out. I know the news cycle moves so quickly, but that Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney fight
Oh my God.
needs to be
I
talked
think,
about.
you know what's funny is if you look at it objectively, if somebody tells you like go watch this fight, it was a very, very good fight, but it wasn't like, the greatest fight of all time. But the craziest part is the buildup. If you guys haven't been paying attention, Ryan Garcia has been acting crazy the past couple months. Throughout his entire fight camp, this guy was saying the craziest thing. He said he got kidnapped. We reported on it, said he got kidnapped once, and they forced him to watch, inappropriate stuff that if I say the word, it'll get our video buried. Crazy. He was saying crazy things.
Yeah, he's nuts. My favorite thing was when he was dressed. You seen when he was dressed in all white with the loafs on? Yo, my man was like this, yo. He was like this. He was like, I could write a song right now. He's like, you want to hear a song? I'll freestyle a song right now. And they're like, she's like, sure. And he's like, I'm the best. You don't know. Get it? I'm the best. I'm coming. I'm cute. Yeah, some wild shit. I was like, Yo,
Bro, on that and that's an interview with that
it
girl,
was like simple.
he told her that he got a 10-game contract from the Dallas Mavericks. He said, I got offered a 10-game contract from the Dallas Mavericks. He said, I might just do it. He goes, I don't even like basketball. I might just do it, just to say I did. And the girl interviewing him is like, yeah. She's like gassing him up. She's like, you totally could. I believe it. And he's like, it's the truth. She goes, I believe it. Why would you say it if it wasn't true?
Damn, that's fucking hysterical.
But
yo.
then he comes out and beats Devin Haney up.
He beat the shit out of
Bro,
him.
they're in an interview face to face, and he's saying the wildest shit, and Devin Haney's like, I don't know if this guy's taking this fight seriously. People were concerned for his mental health. He said he got kidnapped.
Yeah, but it did look crazier than it really was because they really weren't in the same room. It was filmed at different times, and then they mirrored the room to make it look like they were together. They were shot in the same location at different times.
I've been bamboozled.
Yeah. So it seems crazy. Like that, number one, Devin Haney's not taking him seriously with his freestyling songs and shit. And he's like, I don't think he's taking this seriously. Like the timing of that looks crazy.
Yeah.
But that's not, there was nobody in the room with Ryan Garcia. It was him and the
You're
producers.
telling me this is editing magic?
Yeah, because I actually watched the interview and they say that in the beginning. Like they have them side by side at first and then one fades out and they're like, unfortunately, we couldn't get them both in the same room to deal with each other in close proximity. So we had to film it separately and then put them together.
You know what I
post.
thought was interesting?
What?
Devin Haney saying that Ryan Garcia is not taking it seriously while he's wearing like a leather skeleton vest. Like I was like, what the dude? I'm not a fashionista, so I don't know anything about fashion. But I was like, what the fuck are you saying, dude? You got that? You're wearing it looked like a skeleton that was made out of like a leather, but you could like see through it. It was very erotic.
It's very risque.
Yeah, very risque. Yeah.
Nah, but it's I was shocked at the fight because to be honest, first of all, right away I think, damn, I should have bet on him.
Oh, dude, he was plus 1,200.
He fooled the world. I don't know if he fooled the world or if he's really that crazy. I don't know. Sometimes you could be a crazy person and then just be able to turn it off when it's time to get down. And I mean, we've seen it before. I mean, John Jones a little off. There's quite a few fighters. You can't tell me Tyson Fury is the most cognitively present at all times.
No, he's dude, that his jaw's going in different directions and shit. He's definitely he's an interesting, him and his dad, they're both interesting characters. But this, maybe he is crazy.
Yeah.
I would love to know if this is, am I giving him too much credit? Is he really crazy? Like, is this going to continue?
I don't know, because the type of trolling that they're saying he was doing, I don't know if that's a kind of trolling that somebody knows how to do.
Like sustainable?
It just looked like mental illness. It looked like legit crazy people shit.
Yeah.
It looked like crazy people stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, he's crazy. Like
Yeah.
there was no doubt in my mind. People like, he's on drugs. I'm like, drugs don't do that to you. That boy is nuts.
Did you see his dad approach, who's that English promoter that's like putting on these events? I think he works for like
Eddie
the
Hearn?
Zone. Is that what
I think
it is?
it's I want to say Eddie Hearn.
You see Ryan Garcia's dad approach him. He's like, what do you got to say now, huh? He said, who do you got now? And he like grabs his nuts and shit. He's like, what do you got to say now, huh? This, right?
Yo, the worst part is, like, part of me is like, damn, De La Hoya got to him. Which is sad to me because De La Hoya maybe hasn't poorly influenced this young man, but just the perspective because of the route he ended up taking after his boxing career or toward the end of his boxing career, just like, damn. Like, I hope he's not taking him down a negative path, but he turns out winning the fight, and I'm like, man, I was misjudging this situation, I think.
Oh, 1,000%. I think I might have even said it on here that he's definitely like hitting like De La Hoya's bag.
You think so?
100%. Like he's hitting his speed bag, if you know what I'm saying. Like I don't think that. I thought,
Diddy.
yeah. Pause. I thought that's. I think I said it on here. And I'm not the only one that thought that. I feel honestly, it's like if it's not true, then like I almost feel bad for De La Hoya for getting all this heat. Even though if you watch that fight, you can see De La Hoya's eyeballs, like the white of his eyeballs. You can see them from like when they do like the top shot from like the nosebleeds,
Yeah.
you can see him in the front row. He's all eyeballs.
So you think he think that he was a little
I'm not saying he was geeked, but I've seen people get really geeked up.
and it looks similar.
Yeah, and they look similar. But who knows, you know? And you know what? I don't care. If he wants to dress in fishnet stockings and do a little bit of fucking once in a while, good on him. He's earned it.
Yeah.
He's a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, he's worked hard, and with this whole Golden Boys promotion and shit, Golden Boy Promotions, he promotes Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
So he's Ryan Garcia's Don King.
Yeah.
You know, but I got something I wanted to shift to when it comes to sports, man.
What do you got?
You know what I'm going to talk about.
I know what you're talking about.
I got to talk about my Knicks. My Knicks deserve a little bit of love.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, Knick fans. It's been a long time. A lot of suffering, a lot of bad trades, a lot of bad decisions, a lot of injuries, bad management. You know, sometimes the brass doesn't do what they need to do. And we keep turning out year after year.
Mm-hmm.
The Knick fans, we show up.
Yeah. Oh, do they?
We show up. When it's time to show up, we show up. And we
Yeah.
cry. And we're tormented.
Uh-huh.
And now we're 2-0 in the first round of the playoffs against the 76ers.
There we go.
And if you ask me, listen, anybody that thinks that Brunson doesn't deserve the MVP is out of their minds. All right? So are you aware of how good the point guard has been doing for the Knicks?
No. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know it was playoff season.
Well, it's the first round of the playoffs.
How good are the Sixers?
The Sixers have two of the best players in the NBA right now, and Kyle Lowry and come on, somebody help me out real quick.
I got you.
His name is slipping. My. What are you gonna hit me with it?
You ready?
You go ahead.
Okay. Who was the first guy?
Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry. Obviously, his right-hand man, the guy who brought him to the playoffs with him, Allen Iverson. Go ahead. 76ers superstar,
Yes.
Allen Iverson.
That's it.
Continue.
So anyway, they are a good team, but the fact that we're up 2-0, and the person that everybody likes to say the Knicks depend on, Julius Randle. This guy, if you ask me, listen, Julius, don't take this the wrong way, but every time you're on the court, you destroy the Knicks, and you should really not play for them anymore. You should find somewhere else to go play. Because right now he's hurt, and they're playing incredibly.
Oh,
Every time he's on the floor, he destroys all the chemistry. He ruins everything. He's terrible.
dude, it's tough when you're on a team and they're in the playoffs and they do well. Like, this is any sport. If your team does really well in the playoffs and you're not there, I don't know how secure your position is like there next year. That's how Tom Brady got his break.
Yeah, see, the only problem is that when it comes to the NBA, it's different in the NFL. In the NFL, every season you have to come back and try out again. In the NBA, it's not like that. In the NBA, you just have a contract for this many years, and then there's sometimes
Don't NFL players get contracts too? They get contracts.
they get contracts, yeah, but there's something in that contract. The NFL is a little bit different, where you have to like come back and kind of
Still be good.
still be good. Yeah, you can't just rest on your laurels and just cash the check and like the NBA. You know, when guys hit big cash, big deals in the NBA, they just start playing like shit. They start getting lazy. They start, you know, that's typically what happens. If you see some of the best players in the NBA, it's happened to, especially recently. So I don't know. It's I don't know where I was going with that, but Julius Randle, yeah, just being trash. And yeah, sorry, dude, we don't need you. We don't kind of want you.
Go home, Randall.
Here. Yeah. Sister style, right?
Yeah.
Go home, Randall.
Go home, Randall.
Yeah. Come on,
I can't
bro.
wait. I hope the Knicks go all the way. I hope they win, because if they do, they're going to burn this fucking city to the ground. I promise you right now. Listen to me. Mark my words.
If they win?
If the New York Knicks, dude, if they even get to the fucking finals, have the FDNY on standby at all times. Bring everybody in. They're going to burn this fucking city to the ground. Times Square will cease to exist because we haven't won anything in a long time over here.
Yeah. It's been a long time, but I'm confident about this season, bro.
What's the last chip New York got in any sport?
Oh, in any sport, I want to say,
The Yankees?
no, I want to say there was a Stanley Cup not too long ago, but I could be wrong. I got to look this up. You guys got to bear with us. Entertain the people for a second. I'm going to look this up.
I'm going to entertain the people. You ready to be entertained? Okay, good. You know what? It's funny when you say that. I don't
Last
have
New York
anything to say.
championship game was the Giants Super Bowl in 2011.
2011?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
The
been a long
second
time.
longest New York championship drought.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's about time. We need something. The Knicks need to
Wait a
bring
minute.
this one
That
home
might
for New
just
York.
be football.
You should have kept that one.
Yeah, I
Right.
think that's it. Yep.
That is it. You're right. That's
That's
it
it.
right there. That's a fucking. You could take that to the fucking bank.
That's it. Cash it in.
That's 88% of fact.
Yeah, man. I think you guys you might be able to take that one to the bank, man. You
Yeah.
might be able to cash that one. I'm just saying.
60% of the time, every time.
Every damn time.
We got to give the people the update on the rap beef because we've been talking about it like every week, and every week the rap gods per se, the rap gods and Ghost give us more to speak about.
They definitely do, and it's becoming like a Royal Rumble now.
Yeah, dude, people are just jumping in. I'll tell you right now, Kanye West was sitting on the fucking ropes waiting for somebody to tag him in, and nobody touched him, and he said, fuck it, I'm jumping in. And
Yeah.
he just dropped a remix to a song, to the Future song like that. And I don't even know if he even called Future or anybody got anything cleared. It sounded like he just jumped on that shit and put it out.
Yeah, I think what they were saying was I read an article that said that because in the interview, because Kanye West just dropped an interview as well on a podcast called The Download.
Okay.
So that's where he debuted this record, where he debuted this remix, where he throws some shots at J. Cole, some shots at Drake. But shit, where was I going with that?
We were talking about him jumping on the Future song.
Oh, yeah, so him jumping on a Future song. I was reading an article about that interview because he said in the interview that Future hit him up to be on the song, that as soon as he said that, Sony Music Group took the song off of streaming. So I don't know if that's because now they're just like, oh, okay, if this idea was our artist, then we control it. Or what have you, you know? So I'm not really too sure what the thought process was behind that. I also didn't check every streaming platform to see if it was pulled down.
That's so crazy
You know.
that they pull songs down. It's like, we're going to still listen to it, right?
Yeah, it's
Like,
just
it's coming back. Like,
I just can't stand that, man. It's just like just trying to shut down an artist. Like clearly the people want to hear this. I'm sure it had millions of streams by the time they decided to do that.
the original song or the remix got pulled down?
The remix
I'm still listening to it. I was just listening to it this morning.
yeah, well, that's what I read in this article. So
No, but
not
I'm
sure
listening
how
to it on
reliable
YouTube
is.
Music where like anybody could put anything on.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how accurate it was, but it seemed accurate based on the timing. So, but yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, and then other stuff, other people are getting involved in his rap beef too. Chris Brown dropping that song about Quavo.
That was crazy. The lyrics in it were just like, whoa, what's going on here? This seems personal.
Yeah, it was very personal. And then Quavo released a response.
I didn't hear Quavo's response. How was
Yeah.
it?
It was okay. I mean, everybody's okay. I mean, I grew up when rappers were really nice.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe I sound like an old head, but rappers were really nice when I was growing up.
Did Quavo's song have like a bunch of ad libs in it?
Nah, not a bunch of ad libs, but it's very hubbada 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 hubbada
Yeah.
hubbada hubbada. You know, it's very Migos. So I don't know, man. I mean, I was in high school when it was Takeover and Ether. So
Yeah, I don't know.
so I have
I
a different expectation.
feel like they could settle this one with like a dance battle or something. I feel like a good dance battle between those guys. I'm not nearly as invested in Chris Brown versus Quavo as I am in like this other like. It almost seems like they're musicians too. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
are, but they're not rapping like these guys. Like they're not known for their lyrics like everybody else who's in this other rap beef, quote unquote.
Yeah, no, I
J.
agree.
Cole, Kanye West now, Drake, Rick Ross, Kendrick Lamar, all people who are known for like their ability to, write.
Yeah, their pen game. You're right on that for sure. I think I'd much rather I think I'd be more entertained by watching Chris Brown and Quavo
Dance.
play darts. Or
Yeah.
something, like just have play cornhole, play can jam. I don't know.
I was just gonna say, I think we put them both together and we find a game that none of them played. It's like, what haven't you guys done? And we'll find it, and then we'll put them up against each other. Could be tennis, could be line dancing. Who knows what's gonna come out of this?
They're actually both pretty deep. They both can play basketball. That's for sure. I've seen them, both play.
Yeah.
Separately. Yeah, Quavo's got a little jumper and Chris
Brown's
Brown's
like
like
ball game.
catching alley oops and shit.
Yeah. Well, he's also enormous.
Yeah, he's like tall and shit. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna end up. There's AI versus dropping.
That's
Drake.
weird to me. Drake drops a song with AI Tupac
and AI Snoop Dogg
and AI
allegedly.
Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's still alive. That's weird. And for him to do a song, that's weird times too.
For who to do a song?
Drake to do a song with AI with something to get on a song with an artist that like an AI is weird to me.
I think it's funny because the Tupac verse sounds exactly like Drake with the cadence and the rhythm of how he's rapping, but it's Tupac's voice.
Yeah.
So he sounds exactly like Drake. So I wouldn't doubt if they just took a Drake verse, they put it in there and they were like, Tupac, rap these lyrics, AI, whatever, rap these lyrics like, in Tupac's voice, but rap it like Drake or some shit. Because that's exactly how it sounds.
It did sound very Drake-esque.
So that's what they're saying. I feel like this is almost an experiment. Like they're trying to see how far they can get with this AI, how much money they can generate, how many clicks they can generate, how many people are willing to listen to it, and see if they can actually come up on some crazy little business venture in the short run of just fake music. And just get paid off of the streams and the clicks and all that kind of stuff. And then it might be short-lived, but it might be a big cash grab,
Yeah, but who wants that?
It's not a matter of who wants it. It's a matter of who's willing to click it and listen to it and talk about it like we are right now. It's not what it used to be. It's not who's going to listen to this on a road trip. It's who's going to click this one time. People don't care if you listen to something more than once anymore. They just need a big opening week and just residual catalog build up on the back end.
Yeah, because I feel like when it comes to AI music, you remember that AI musician they had, like that guy, and he was like he wasn't a real person, but he was like an AI person, I guess.
Yeah, he was a rapper in the metaverse or something like that, right?
Something like that. But I feel like it just didn't catch. I don't think these like this song. I don't like it at all. The Drake, Snoop, and Tupac song. I didn't think it was good at all. I don't. For me, I guess maybe I'm just not the target audience because I'm not even remotely interested in it. Like I'm not gonna look up new AI songs. I will say that AI Drake song that came out a couple months ago was slapping. That shit was hard. But this just I don't know turns me off.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I'm not into AI replacing creatives. Replace math with AI.
Certain stuff is cool. Some of the AI artwork is pretty fire. And I don't care that an AI made it. Like because it's like some of this stuff is like, well, when are you going to do it? It's like, all right, you could do it. You do it. And then like, it's like this computer made this, but it's not like somebody made it before it. They're not like taking like the Mona Lisa and then putting their spin on it. And it's like, this is a better Mona Lisa. It's like making completely new stuff, And I don't know. AI art, I don't have anything against. Like AI like paintings or portraits or picture, like imagery, that AI doesn't bother me.
I don't know. I don't like it. I mean, I think it has its place. I think it's good for like fantasy art because it doesn't strike me as being it still lacks the life. Not saying it'll never get there, but it just doesn't look alive to me. If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look done by a human. Like I can still tell the difference between AI art and a real artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I don't like the AI videos, like where they take somebody's face and put it on somebody else's body.
You don't like it in a sense. You don't think that it's well done, or you don't like
I don't
it.
think it's well done, and it doesn't really do anything for me. Like, it's not really like I'm not looking for that either.
Yeah, sometimes it's funny. You know, sometimes when they do it in a comedy way, like they'll make fun of, you know, LeBron and like put his face on something hilarious. Like if it's a joke, yeah. But when people try to pass it off as real, I'm like, that shit is whack.
Yeah,
You know,
they use one thing that is pretty cool that they're doing with AI is where they do movies in different languages. They will use AI to fix the lips so it looks like they're saying the words, so it doesn't look like dubbed.
bro, I actually saw a whole post of a guy that did a stop animation video like that. He did a stop animation with, you know, like construction paper cutouts, and they were layered like how South Park started.
Mm-hmm.
You remember it was like layered construction paper and it was stop motion, like stop animation?
Yeah.
So it was something like that, and then he had to figure out a way to make the mouth look real, like it was really really moving and pronouncing words, and that's what he ended up finally deciding on. Is it was a mixture of him moving this little stick to make the mouth look like it's moving, but at the same time merging in the CGI to make the mouth work.
Yeah,
you know, and look real.
Yeah, it's super cool.
That shit was so dope, man.
You know, there's I think that's what eventually happens with a lot of technology, right? It's like stuff surfaces and then we start using it for different reasons, but eventually like it finds its place in society. It's like, you know, it finds better ways to improve things, and the other stuff just kind of falls at the wayside.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Dave in the chat here. He says AI art is pretty trash. He said, I don't think it'll ever have the life, or the soul rather, of a real piece of art.
Yeah, the consumer the end user doesn't care for that as much as like the artist might.
I think you might be right in that.
It's unfortunate. I'm not saying
right
that like I'm here at bat for AI art, right? But I seen somebody the other day and they were doing prints on glass. And the print was an image of an old like Porsche 911, like a 993, and it was a sick looking car.
Yeah.
And it was I remember it was a black Porsche on black work wheels, and this car has existed like there's probably 15 people that have like a 911 that's that age that's got those wheels on it.
Yeah.
Like, it exists, but AI drafted it up, and he was able to change the color. He did a bunch of stuff, and it looked good. Like that car exists somewhere already. You know, this computer it didn't recreate that car, but it just developed this image based off of, I guess, a bunch of other images on the internet, and he was able to tweak it, and it looked good. I can't say it didn't look good. It looked good. He printed it, and then also it's the video, so he like prints it on glass. It looks nice and shiny. It looks good. But I don't even know where I was going with that. But
no, you're just going because I know what we were talking about was that he said it wouldn't have the same soul and the same life as a real piece of art, and you're saying the end user doesn't really care. So pretty much this speaks to what you're saying. Like, you know, it wasn't alive, a real image, but I still thought it was super dope as a potential end user.
Yeah, because the reality is that most people can't afford like good art, right? Probably like in the 90 percentile, like people can't afford originals, right? When you go to somebody's house, the art that they have on the wall is stuff that they found on sale at Marshall's. That's the majority of people. There's a very, very select few that have like, you know, oh, this is a Rembrandt, or this is that, this is like a, you know, or even like something that's an original a piece that's not a print. You know, not many people have originals of anything on their wall.
True. See, I think that what you're saying is kind of AI is good for recreation.
Now, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying that people don't even know what's on their wall. They just buy something because it looks good. They're like, oh, this looks cool. All the stuff when my mom hung up when I was a kid, it was stuff that she just went to the store and was like, yeah, this looks good. It matches my living room set. And that's it. It wasn't because it was like this.
Because it spoke to her or some shit.
Or,
you know what I
or
mean?
because it was something that a guy made in, you know, in the 16th century. I think that place has a place in this world, and people should have an appreciation for art. I'm simply saying that the end user doesn't necessarily care, because the majority of the art end user are people who are unaware and uninformed about art.
All right, so let's see what the response is in the chat. So he says
Marshalls?
totally disagree. He said my brother changed his mind about an artist because he started using AI to base his paintings on. He said the paintings used to evoke emotion, but the new ones are lifeless. So he says, bro, that's not art. Laugh my ass off. Marshalls? ? Yeah. But I guess, from an artist perspective or from it's going to be different than a lot of consumers. It's like trying to explain, a knee cut to a casual MMA fan. They're not going to really know what you're talking about. They're going to get bored with the ground game, stuff like that. So really it depends on what the market is. But I guess there always will be a market for the real artist that's really doing it instead of utilizing AI for people just like him.
Yeah, but it's unfortunate that those people will be impacted and everybody else won't be, because they're the minority.
Yeah, it's true. But I do think there's something to be said for real, just kind of the real touch. Like I think about the kind of beats I make. Like the beats I make are soul samples. They're almost performative. They're played out on drum pads. Like I'm not clicking buttons.
That's another
like that.
Non-objective opinion, though.
Yeah, but my point that I was going to say is that there's a lot of people that didn't want my beats or didn't use my beats, during a time when it was very computer generated, everything was very computer-esque in the way that production was going in music. Right? Like all of these things that are all just trying to sound like something else, all emulations and stuff like that, like type beats. Like this is like a Drake type beat. This is that's how people started looking for beats and finding their beats. And I think they're starting to get away from that. People are starting to go back to the soul samples. People are starting to go back to the sample, like where, kind of the essence of the art form. And I think there's about to be a renaissance in art in that way, if that makes sense. So I think that there's this AI thing is very, I think it's going to be more niche than we think it's going to be. We think it's going to be the end, like the biggest thing, but I think it may end up being possibly the minority in the short term.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I literally just said a couple seconds ago that I don't like it when they do it in music, but for whatever reason, I don't mind it when it comes to artwork, like imagery, like art. Like, I don't mind that.
Yeah. I think there's always going to be something to, like the logo that we got for a show we're about to produce. Like that's, that was drawn by somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It was drawn by someone. And there's something to be said. I'm like, damn, I don't know if somebody with a computer would have made something this cool, like that flows this way. But then again, maybe they could. I don't know.
It's all I believe that it's all based off of like art that's already been produced. Like, I don't know if it uses other art to learn how to make art. So it's like all based off of human art. I don't know. But I do want to ask you, how do you feel about tattoo artists that use AI? Because a tattoo is something that you want to be like, to come out very well.
Yeah, I mean,
be on you forever. You want to have like the best image possible, right?
Of course, but I want the artist's art. I'm not paying this person to transfer a computer-generated image on me. I'm paying this person because I know what their art is. Like when I got my dragon and I went to John Lemon, like I know what his dragons are like that he draws. And that's what I wanted. I don't want a computer to try to generate that dragon. I consider my tattoos to be a gallery of sorts. I collect tattoos from artists that I like. And that's why I don't just go in crazy with one artist and do a whole sleeve, like book out a week or something like that. I like to collect pieces from different artists. And I want their art. I don't want a computer's art, because a computer is always going to be limited on where it pulls ideas from. Like you were saying, it's always it's pretty much replicating things that it's seen before.
Yeah.
It's not creating from nothing. It's not alchemy. It's pulling references from other places and combining them. So I don't want that. I want even though a person is probably doing that, I'm sure that when he drew that dragon for me, or Becca drew this, this
Lady head.
Indian lady head for me, that I'm sure that she drew ideas. Oh, I drew a nose like this on this one that I liked, and I drew, I'm sure that's something that happens as an artist, but I want something from a person. I value that. But again, I'm a creative in my own right, so I'm in the minority in that. Exactly what you're saying. I don't know if people are going to think like me, because I make music, I do things, so I don't want computers to take over what I do. You know what I mean? So that's just me.
And I think that people just fucking can't tell either. Like, they don't know.
Yeah, but I think there's also some kind of an instinctual, I don't know, but something's weird about that. It looks cool. Cool. But I don't know. Something's weird about it. That's how I kind of get. Kind of like when I look at somebody, it's like, yeah, you look like 85% like a woman.
Yeah.
But you're not a woman, and I know why. I don't know why I know that.
Yeah.
But
it's not your cock and balls.
Yeah, no, it's not. But there's something in my genetics that's like, not into that. So, I get a similar kind of instinctual thing about a lot of AI art that I see. But then again, this is the infancy of it. It's very possible that in 6 months, I'm blown away by what it's doing, and I'm like, I never want to see anything by a real artist ever again. These guys are incredible. So
no, I think that what I said is going to happen. Like, it's going to be used for a little bit. It's going to be a cool thing, and then the stuff like this, like artwork, I think that it falls off at the wayside because it doesn't have the value that real art has. Real art there's value to it. Like I said, it's a value to or like an original print, like something that somebody made. The other shit is cool. Like I'm not saying it's not cool. I still stick with my original argument. Like, that shit is cool. Like, I definitely don't think it sucks, but I think that if I had the option between hanging like a really, really cool AI image or an original piece by somebody who made it by hand, like, I want that original piece for the same reason why I would rather have like a handmade leather product than like a machine made one. There's a feel to it. Like, I agree with all of that. But we can't deny that the shit that they're putting together, like they're whipping together, like, even if you use it as a reference or whatever the case may be, like the ability to get your thoughts like digitized like that and made into an image.
Yeah.
Pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But what I kind of don't like is that people are calling it art, like AI art. And I'm like, you're punching words into a computer and the computer is making it. I'm like, I don't know if I can call it art yet.
I mean, it's just like I don't think they, but even if they call it art, right? It's like I said, like, it doesn't matter to the end user, but there definitely is, no one's going to pay the money for the AI stuff that they would pay for the originals or for the real art stuff, right? So they can call it that, but it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't retain the same value.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe they're going to make AI artists are going to be up and coming artists. Like, this artist knows how to arrange words in a certain way that develops a certain, maybe it gets there one day, but I feel you on that though. Because a real artist is going to generate, they're still going to hold their value. They're still going to be the person that's sought after.
Yeah. The reason why people buy, prints and paintings at like Marshall's or Bed Bath & Beyond or Home Goods or any of these stores is because they can't afford the other stuff and they're uninformed.
Yeah, or they just lack taste a lot of times.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just a matter of that's not important to you.
Yeah, dude, I wouldn't
fill the space. It's fill the space. It's not put something there that's compelling to me in this corner. And that's more. I have a lot of that shit. I got flower pots and stuff with Marshall stickers still on them, and it's because there comes a point sometimes where you just gotta. Something needs to go here. It can't be empty. Like
Yeah, and you don't have the time to fucking get a plant that you're gonna put there. Another thing you gotta take care of that's real.
Yeah.
So let's get this fake thing. And you know, it's a similar concept. I have a space upstairs in my living room where there's a big wall that needs like a painting, and I haven't found one. I went to all those stores I mentioned, right? And now that I'm thinking about it, I am like a regular when it comes to like artwork. I'm like the average consumer, I believe, who can look at something and says that, yeah, I like that. That's cool. But I don't really know what I'm looking at, right? I think that's the majority in this, in like the people who are in like the public.
Yeah.
And I haven't filled it yet because I haven't found anything I liked. But I don't even really know where to even go. Like I don't even know where to go to get something like nice, like what, like the art that's like real and has like a feel, and you look at it and you know it invokes emotion. Dude, I don't even know where would you go if you had to get something like that? Like this art that they're afraid of AI replacing, because they're not afraid of AI replacing the shit they sell at Marshall's. Like this art that people are afraid of AI replacing, where would you even go to get that? You know any galleries? Like honestly, where are we going? Tell me where to go to get one for my living room?
Well, to be quite honest with you, I'm blessed to know people that make art that I want to support.
Yeah.
So that's where I go. You know, if you have people that.
Yeah, but most people don't.
But
so that
a
means
lot of more people know people than they want to give credit to. Like if most people sit and flip through their head, they know somebody that's a photographer, they know somebody that's a sculptor, you know, they know somebody that does paintings, does watercolors, they know somebody. It's just God forbid anybody, you know, support somebody they know.
Nah, bro, you know that because you're in this space.
You know, I mean,
I know one person that does art, and I know them because of you, and you're a creator. You know, it's like...
Well, okay, so then think about what you like. What do you like? I think that's a good place to start with what you're going to hang in your home. What do you like?
I would love to hang that image of that Porsche that guy put into AI, but I can't put that over there. You know, I have to find something that's... Because it's like... That room's like a neutral color room, and it needs to be something that, like... It doesn't matter. I'm just using that as an example of like even like finding this art that we're talking about that we're like trying to like protect. I don't even know where to fucking find it.
Man, you can commission something. You can have somebody paint a family portrait. Like there are people that do this, like that paint stuff. And you say, here, rather than have a photo of me and my family, I want to commission a painting. Like paint me and my family. That's way more of a flex. I feel like that's so much doper.
Though. Yeah.
Nah, but they'll do it. I mean, you know, I would pay a few $100s, you know, a couple thousand maybe if I had to for something that I'll have with me in my family like forever. Like
it's very nice. But I just don't see myself like going out and getting like us and the dog and shit. Like, you know, yeah. I'd put my dead dogs in there too.
No, you don't.
I'd have them whip up the dogs and put this dog over my shoulder, and I want you to fucking put light behind him so we know that he's with us, but he's not with us. I want an AI version of my dog, and I want you to paint it. And I want him back there. Nah, yeah, it'd be super cool to get something commissioned.
You don't have to sit for the fucking
I want to be sitting the whole time. No. If we're going to do this, we're going to do this right, all right? I want this to invoke emotion, Justin. I want you to walk into this room, and I want the eyes that follow you, too. I want them to give me the eyes that fucking follow. I want to glaze over my eyes in a tint of red. I want this to be as accurate as possible. No, but aside from like commissioning somebody, I think also in the sense of commissioning people, like I think that's great too, right? We should support like local artists or you know artists who are even taking commissions, right? But it is true in the sense that what I was saying before, that I wouldn't even know where to go get like nice art. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I could go on the internet. I could go on Reddit. There's artists for hire. I can, you know, go here or there. But there's no, like, yeah, I wouldn't know where to go, like, locally. I'm sorry. I don't want to get too hung up on this.
I'm trying to think myself because I'm sitting here, you know, I have no idea myself. I don't know.
They're not putting themselves out there.
No, they're
Art's
out
like
there.
a secret
But
world.
you got to be looking for
It's a
it.
secret world. They're not putting themselves out there. We need to get them. We need
Yeah.
to get a couple on here. We
I
need a
got
couple
listen,
artists
I'm,
on here.
I'm pursuing a couple
Yeah.
artists to come on here. Don't you worry.
These guys you're protecting, we need them on here. We need them to talk about this stuff, man. We need to bring them to the public. We need to tell the, you know what this is like? This is like people who buy fake wheels for cars. Never mind. I take back everything I said because I don't like it when people buy like the fake wheels, like the replica wheels.
It's corny.
It is super corny. Yeah.
There you go. You just found your analogy.
Yeah, never
There you
mind.
go.
I take back everything I said. AI art is dog shit.
Yeah, but here we go. We got Dave is back in here. He says he knows what you're saying, actually. He said there isn't really a central location to get art online.
Yeah, I wish there was because I've been trying to fill this space, and it's an interesting space because it's so big, and I need something that, like, I want to get one piece to kind of, cover the whole space.
I got photos I could sell you. I got prints for sale. What do you want? What are you looking for?
I don't think it's going to be a photo. I think it's not. I'm not artistic enough to know, honestly. I don't know. I think what I was hoping was, and what I've been on the hunt for, is I just go to these places, and I just look through everything, and I just find something that's going to look good and like matches like the room's decor. So it's not going to be a portrait or an image because the room is like minimalist, modern, like gray beige colors. So I can't like throw like a seagull in black and white or anything like that on there.
I got you.
So I don't know what it's going to be. It doesn't matter, but it's like another thing is buying big things. It's like, it's hard. It's like, there's nowhere to go. It's like the only places to go are like where you find, I guess, like the cheaper stuff.
Okay. No, I mean, what you're saying really does make sense because it's like, right now you kind of already have an outfit. Now you're trying to match sneakers to it instead of building from the sneakers, so there's different ways to do it. And you're trying to find something that fits the room that's already established.
You
so
want to know what I was going to do there?
What?
Samsung sells a picture frame television. That's like a picture frame. It has like a matted screen. And it's supposed to like look like a painting. Like you could pick pictures on there. You could put like paintings on there or whatever. They're not real paintings. Obviously, it's all digital. And it like sits flush mounted against the wall.
Damn, that actually sounds really dope.
It's super cool. But I think that that's along the lines too of like, this isn't a real painting or image. This is like a digital thing.
You're going to have it like cycle through some Banksies.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%. It's in my opinion, they're very expensive for like one that would be big enough to like to fit that room. They're really expensive, so I'm not going to do it. But it would be. It's also, you get the best of both worlds because one day I could put something that I would like a Porsche.
Ah, I got
and
you.
then the next day I got people coming over. My wife wants this or that, and we put up whatever the sunset.
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. I like that.
Yeah, we went down this
Down this art rabbit hole, but hey, I like the conversation. I was engaged.
yeah, man. I'm glad we covered it. Now we could go, but more. Is there anything in the chat?
Yeah. So Dave jumped into. He said that might be a good thing to think about establishing an art hub for a common consumer, not a gallery, not Marshalls, somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Yo, so you guys could check us out. The Masters of None Art Gallery coming to you guys soon.
Yeah, we're gonna call it the Galleria.
Galleria.
Yeah, there's gonna be an accent somewhere in there. I don't know where.
I like it.
Yeah, the Masters of None Bazaar.
I like that even more. The Art Bazaar, the
Art
Art
Bazaar.
Basel.
Yeah. See, boom, right there. We said it. It's live. It's on air. It's documented. Let's do our shit. All right, we don't got that much time, so I want to make sure we get into all our topics.
Let's do it. Jump in.
You seen the Deadpool Wolverine movie trailer? What are your thoughts?
I did, which I didn't even know that they had a movie coming out together, which just goes to show what I know.
Yeah, well, it's a Deadpool. You knew that they were making a Deadpool movie. We just didn't know it was going to be with Wolverine.
Yeah. So I enjoy the throwback uniform on Wolverine.
Yeah,
the
super
OG
cool.
yellow.
Super cool.
Super cool. I'm kind of waiting for the mask to come back. I wish they just would have made the mask badass. You remember the mask that Wolverine used to wear?
Hell yeah.
Man, that mask was dope.
It's got to be somewhere in Hugh Jackman's fucking contract because they put the mask on him and they can put any guy with a beard behind that thing.
Oh, you might be right.
You know,
You're
that's got to be something. It's like, hey, listen, I'll do it. No fucking mask, right?
Yeah.
Because then next thing you know, this guy doesn't want to, he doesn't want to take the pay cut. We'll put some asshole in a beard behind that mask.
Next thing you know, somebody's like, I'm Wolverine.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm Wolverine.
Yeah, even though Marvel's notorious for just replacing motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, all right. Because with Batman, they just started looking for the jawline.
Yeah, oh, are you kidding
Anybody
me?
with the jawline from Val Kilmer to Ben Affleck, they were like, you're next, buddy.
Dude, Spider-Man's a weight class.
Yeah.
I said, what are you, like 135? Perfect, let's go.
For real, yo.
Yeah,
Every Spider-Man
they
is
just
like
putting
that.
different dude. They're pulling over actors talking about, can you make 135?
Right? They're
It's
like, are you a bantamweight? He's like, what? And they're like, never mind.
Never mind.
Oh
Put
my
this
God.
on.
That's
Yeah,
that's
and
so
boom.
hilarious.
And you're Spider-Man. That's one of the things that turns me off the most about these Marvel movies, because I'm a fan of like the old school stuff. I'm not saying I read every comic, but I was a fan of a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
And when the movies started coming out, I love them. The original X-Men movies, all those, I think they're great. But and I've said this on the podcast before, so if you've heard me say this already, I'm sorry, but I really feel like it takes away something from the franchise when you change the actor that plays the character. It pulls me out of like this immersiveness I'm in. And when you do crossovers, it isn't as good. It's just like, you can't just dress another guy up in this suit and say that that's him. That's not the way it is. Like, if you pick Tobey Maguire first, like, I'm sorry, but that's who it is. Like, that's Spider-Man. You're not going to change him now. It's like, that's what I don't like about like some of these movies. It's like they change the actor who plays the superhero, and it's like it pulls you out of that. It's like, imagine they change, like, thank God they didn't do it with Iron Man.
Yeah, I mean, there's one character that I'll give it to that they've done that successfully with, and it kind of became its own thing.
Aunt Viv?
No, but that's hilarious. No, James Bond. Bond became a thing, but that became the thing for Bond, is it was different people. Batman's another one. I mean, you really can't. Batman's been going on for so long, and Superman's been going on for so long that those, I think, might be a little bit different.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. That last Superman,
the character outlived the lifespan of the actors. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That I understand. The last Superman, whoever that dude is,
Man
the
of
dude
Steel?
that was yoked.
Yeah, he's the dude that plays the main guy in The Witcher.
Okay,
with the long hair.
That movie was excellent. I thought he did a great job.
Yeah, he did a really good job.
Yeah,
a really good job. But
no, did he? But it looked like he did a lot of wide push-ups for that movie. You know how they draw Superman with these broad shoulders and a huge chest?
Yeah,
like that was that guy. Like,
yeah, they definitely gave him they had him with like a Marvel trainer.
Yeah,
guy that was like referencing the comic. He was like, more lats. Yeah, we're doing Rose this week.
Yeah, exactly. Again?
Yeah. He sculpted that dude based on the comic book.
100%.
But I get what you mean. Especially, it really drives me nuts when they have the same guy where they'll pull a character from one character and have him just play a different one. It's the same actor playing a different hero.
The dude who plays the Human Torch in Fantastic Four?
He's Captain America.
What are we doing here?
I have no idea.
What are we doing here?
That shit is so annoying.
Yeah, we couldn't have gave that to Dane Cook or something?
Yeah, it's somebody else, too. Who else? Didn't Ryan Reynolds play multiple guys? He plays Deadpool.
That is Ryan Reynolds, isn't it? No, Ryan Reynolds. No, I don't think he plays. I don't know. I don't want to say it.
But there were a few of them.
I did enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy.
The new one?
All of them. I think those movies are good.
I actually never saw any of those.
They're good. They're not bad.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they on Plex?
They should be.
Should be. I have to check it out.
I believe they are. Good movies.
Damn, that's dope. How much time we got?
And we got 4 minutes.
Wow.
4 minutes. I got nothing in my book of songs, but we got a couple videos.
Yeah, what should we do? Should we... I don't remember which one's which, though.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
Whichever video we pick is the one we watch and we talk about.
I know where they are. I know which ones they are. I know which video they are.
Okay.
This fucking mic.
We got 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. 1 is the one you sent me today.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And then 2. 2's the pilot video.
Okay.
and 3 just says drunk. So I'll have you figure that out.
All right. So I think we're going to end this on a funny tip.
Okay.
I think that's how we're going to end this. So we're going to end this. Listen, guys, it's Tuesday. I know a lot of people are out there celebrating spring break. A lot of people are out there going nuts, traveling, doing all those fun things, having a bit to drink,
Yeah.
to say the least.
Taking a piss.
You know, taking a piss, and we just want to play a little video for you guys, just to let you guys know that, just go to your own house. Don't go to your neighbor's house. Don't go on the property.
Yeah, when you're hammered drunk and you think you're super fucking clever, this is what you really look like.
Yeah.
Better turn around.
Why would you hurt me?
I'm not hurting you. It's water. See? It's really fucking weird looking, man. Does that feel good? Hey, get the fuck off my property. Right now.
Get the fuck off me.
The
Why would
fuck
you spray me
off
like that?
of my yard. I will spray you again.
Really?
Very funny.
Take it off.
No, get off my yard. Get off my yard. Go home right now.
Your mom's
Turn around. Go home. Go home. You're drunk.
yard. Of course I'm drunk.
Go home.
Of course I'm drunk.
Go home. Right now.
You know what?
Go in.
You're literally motherfucker.
Those two last sprays to the head
No one knew
were
what
the
that guy
funniest
said either.
ones. But yeah, guys. So listen, if you guys are gonna be out there, you guys are gonna be having some fun
Yeah.
this week for the weekend. Just please, don't be that guy.
Do us all a favor. Don't be that guy. You're not
Don't-
that guy.
Do not. You're not that guy.
You're not that guy.
Oh my God! And that's the hour, man.
That's it.
That's
Just
the
like
hour.
that. We're done. Start on time, finish on time.
That's
Just
it.
like that.
Master None Podcast, episode 197. Thank you guys so much to everybody that tuned into the live episode and participated in the live chat. We appreciate all you guys. Dave, shout out to you. Shout out to Derelict's Podcast. Everybody else that tuned in. On your way out, guys, if you would not mind, just give us that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. It puts our video in the faces of more people so we can get this podcast a little bit more off the ground.
We're trying
And,
to get in people's faces.
That's right. And, always remember you can listen to the audio version of our podcast on all your favorite audio podcast listening platforms. And Bert Ogun will let you know if you don't find us on your favorite one, what you can do.
Join the Discord and harass us until we place the podcast on your obscure podcast listening platform.
That's what we got. Master None Podcast. We appreciate you guys. We are out.
That's
You better turn around.
Te hablo desde la prisión, Wilson Manyoma, Borbona.
nah. Oh! I think that's so hot. The mic is.